It's the NFL on EA Sports, and all eyes are on Mike Evans. He had a standout game 1 week ago with 3 touchdown catches. It's the Buccaneers and the Chiefs, and it's coming up next on Madden Football.
Still a bit warm here in Florida, but really all things considered, a wonderful fall afternoon for football here in Tampa at Raymond James Stadium. Coming up is a rematch of Super Bowl 55, as it'll be the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Buccaneer ball club. They come in on a pretty good roll here, winners of 3 straight.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
Meanwhile, for the visitors here, the Chiefs, they were losers their last time out. They're going to try to get back in the win column, but obviously they're going to have to do that in a hostile environment.
And sometimes it actually works to your advantage. Now you've got to band together your team, the us against the world mentality. Let's see if they can use it and get a victory.
And they will elect to not bring this one out as our first drive will begin at the 25. The KC offense set to go, led as always by the gunslinger, a former MVP in this league. It's Patrick Mahomes.
And it would be interesting to see pretty early in this one exactly where his head is, because the best quarterbacks shake off performances like he had last week. Way too many interceptions. Didn't throw a touchdown pass. Team lost the game. Let's see if he can bounce back and get things going in the right direction.
He'll be trying to forget those 3 picks, as you noted. And Mahomes going to put it up right away. That's caught. Allen Robinson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were terrific a week ago in that victory over Tampa Bay, Charles.
And what I saw on film was a nearly unstoppable pass rush. 5 sacks last week, plenty of hurries given up. So now what do you do on offense? You just max protect, keep everyone in and run the ball, or maybe just 1 or 2 receiver runs in order to try and keep your quarterback upright.
That second down play, and that's a -4.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for. One of the best in the league. They come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping them for a loss.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now Mahomes. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
As a corner, you have to be able to run with guys step for step downfield or man coverage and make up ground quickly in zone. You have to put yourself in position to make plays, just like that one we saw there.
On 4th down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. And they will be led out by their rookie quarterback.
I know teams always talk about having a 24-hour rule after a game, and eventually we end up rolling our eyes. But it works both ways, right? 24 hours if you win, 24 if you lose. But, boy, it's a fun 24 when you win the game and you win NFC Offensive Player of the Week, isn't it?
Absolutely. The drive starts with a run by White. Breaks the tackle, now Allen. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Give him 13 yards on the opening play of the drive and also give him the first down. He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue, just make sure you feed me the football? And that's what they're all about. continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
Zero hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
First carry now for Keyshawn Vaughn. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13.
And that's a run that'll energize an offensive line. They'll take that one all day long. Fundamental breakdown by the defense. You've got to be able to make plays on the edge.
So now 1st and 10 in Chiefs territory, right at the 40. Back to throw. Waters. He finds his target. It's Evans. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. The numbers for Evans a week ago. He was pretty prophetic. He said before that game, I want to get in the end zone often. He got there 3 times.
Yeah, it's one thing to catch a lot of footballs. That is important, but it's what you do after the catch that can make you great. And he had a great game last week.
They'll break the huddle and come out with 4 receivers, 3 of them to the right side, 2nd and 7. They run straight ahead here with White. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4. You talk about this Chiefs defense. They enter play here 24th in the league against the run.
And this group talks all the time about wanting to be better, getting stronger against the run. And to me, it all starts up front. You've got to win the line of scrimmage in order to play against the run very well.
Left side here, that's complete to Godwin. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Interesting decision here. Opening drive, Charles. 4th and short. You're in field goal range. We'll see what they do.
I just shake a fist at my offense and say, go get it, guys, because if you can't pick up 4th and short here, we're probably in trouble the rest of the game. Show some confidence, show some aggressiveness, go pick it up.
On 4th down, Waters. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Chiefs defense comes up with a stop. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. It doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And that's going to be a Chiefs first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
Mahomes now on 1st down. That's complete. It's Travis Kelce. And he's brought down. 1st down for the Chiefs. Solid chunk of yardage. 17 on the play.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw caught by Tony. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it's 2nd down. To throw, it's Mahomes. Well, this one complete. It's Rashee Rice. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 23. It's a gain of 11 yards that time, and it produces a new set of downs. Throwing on 1st down is Mahomes. And this will be incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time, they were up to the challenge.
Here's 2nd and 10. Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. He'll check this one down to Pacheco. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1. So they just need first down. They'll try for the first with Pacheco. And now they're inside the 10 as he's brought down at the 9. The gain of 5 that time gives them the conversion and makes it first and goal. A much different second drive here, Charles. They go 3 and out the first time. This time they've been able to sustain something downfield.
And that's what often happens. You get the game started. You know, you have to get your footing underneath you. You have to get used to the flow of the game, the speed of the game. And sometimes that first drive is more of a probing drive. It appears they found something here in the second one.
Hat tip to that offensive line. They're clearing some holes, even down here deep in the red zone. And that's a nice pickup on the ground on first and goal.
Here's Pacheco once again. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. Calling no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
And that's called winning at the point of attack, isn't it? Right there at the line of scrimmage. I know he's a little bummed out now. He doesn't get credit for a tackle for a loss, but no gain, his guys will take that.
And speaking of winning, Tobias Cheese. And that is caught for the touchdown, Kansas City. Allen Robinson, his second touchdown on the season. And the Chiefs are on the board first here on the road in Tampa. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 7-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White. A tough challenge here in this one. We'll see if he can duplicate the numbers on your screen that he put up last week, up over 100 and a touchdown.
We were watching tape to prepare for this game. One thing you noted that I totally agree with, great complementary piece in the last game. You know, they're able to throw it pretty well. He ran it exceptionally, and they hope to continue that same formula in this game.
Complimentary with an E, not an I.
That's my English teacher right there.
You talk about this Chiefs defense. Against the pass, they've had some issues. Ranked number 23 in the NFL right now.
They're in the bottom 10 in the league. I mean, when you look at their talent, you would think that they'd be much better. Overall, I don't think there's any question you'd have to say that they've underachieved.
That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's where we got an injured Buccaneer. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They'll go up the middle with White. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Nick Bolton there on the tackle.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
To throw on 2nd down. Waters flush to his right. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for it first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now in Tampa Bay. It's the Buccaneers in control of the football, as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. On 3rd down, Waters. And it will be incomplete. The Kansas City defense tough to throw on there, and now it's 4th down. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. And his kick is good. He got every bit of that one as it's good from 56 yards out. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So they're able to win that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
So here are the Chiefs to take over. They were losers to Kansas City a week ago, but they are out in front right now. first down, Mahomes. And incomplete, a drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up second down.
After watching him drop that slant, I can hear my old coach's voice ringing in my ears right now. You can't run with the ball until you catch it. Trying to get those rack yards before he secured it.
A run by Pacheco on second down. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards.
Well, as we've learned over the years, just because a guy plays left tackle doesn't mean he doesn't have run blocking abilities, and we just saw it there. Controlled the line of scrimmage, created a big gain.
That's kind of a bonus. He's there to protect that high value that you have back under center, but he creates space in the run game. Yeah, not only can he dance, he can mash, too. From the 43, here's 2nd and 6. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. That'll be caught by Rice. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Certainly worth noting he's now one catch away from 600. He's at 599 in his career. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now here's Mahomes. Open man right side is Tony. He'll get it inside the 20. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Kadarius Toney, his first touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to extend their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that pushes the lead up to 11. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. The Tampa Bay offense set to go again. Last time out, you remember their drive stalled, but thanks to their kicker, booted a long field goal to at least get them 3. Now here they'll try to do better and find the end zone.
And in our experience, how much fun is it for coaches to know that they've got a kicker who can nail it from long distance? Now,
there he goes, left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 50 yards rushing for him now, and he's carried the ball just 5 times. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Opting to run again here with White. Taken down at the 47-yard line.
It went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Well, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Waters. And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down. Now they'll need the 39 here for a first. This is 3rd down. Looking to throw. Waters. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there was not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. And this will be covered up. Pretty good result. It'll be down at the 14-yard line. As the offense reemerges, there's wide receiver Kadarius Toney leading him out. He's doing what he's capable of, having a solid game. Not the most amazing game. He's not over 100 yards, but a good game so far.
And you just know that mentally, he feels like he's one catch away from turning it into a great game and starting on that road. And the defenders are well aware of that, too. They've got to figure out a way to not let that escalate. Keep him right in his zone here and call it a day, because otherwise, he can really decimate him.
Better believe they are well aware of his playmaking ability. So from the 22, here's 2nd and 2. Mahomes going to throw.
That's complete to Tony. And now following the completion, we're going to get a stoppage here for an injury. Well, now they're going to come out and take a look at this injury, and we'll be back in a moment. And Robinson, the motion man right.
Mahomes taps this forward. It's a jet sweep.
Oh, and that is well read defensively. A great job of setting the edge, and that little touch pass is going to turn into a loss. Well, I think the hope is, with a touch pass like that, maybe you catch the defense off guard, but they were all over that one.
And it is the kind of play that works better against certain defenses, and this clearly was the wrong one to run into. Really nice job getting him down behind the line of scrimmage.
He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down.
Good strong throw and catch right there, and so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Mahomes to throw once more.
He finds his man, Sky Moore.
And now off to the races, down the right side. And all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown.
Sky Moore.
59 yards.
And the Chiefs are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead is up to 18 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 25.
Well, Rachaad White and the rest of this Tampa Bay offense going back to work now.
You start prorating these rushing numbers and looking ahead, he could be on pace for a 2,000-yard season. I don't want to jinx him, but what a year to this point.
But you just did.
Sorry?
That's okay. No, he can overcome that,
I'm not apologizing to you.
No.
Okay?
I like your attitude. But you're right. What's got to happen for it to actually occur? Offensive line has continued blocking the way they've been blocking. He has to stay healthy. But also, it's not just the idea that he's going to run the football, but you got to run it against numbers that dictate you throwing the football. Sometimes when you have 6 to block and you only have 5 guys, you've got to block them anyway, and he has to make someone miss as well the rest of the year.
Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
Looking downfield for Godwin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
That was well played, but that was also an example of a corner who understands his coverage, realized he had support behind him, and could be a little more aggressive in the shorter zone, and did exactly that, knocking that pass away.
Down throw incomplete as well. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down.
Fourth down, so Jake Camarda is out there.
This is taken at the 15. 42-yard punt, 6 on the return. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Patrick Mahomes on his way out for their next drive. He really continues to pick apart this defense. Last drive, perfect, and it culminated in his 3rd touchdown pass.
As long as we've been doing this, how many times has a player in this type of a zone described the game as really slowed down?
Yep.
So right now, instead of warp speed, it's
snail's pace.
Oh, snail's pace for him, and he can do whatever he wants. Feels like he has all the time in the world to throw the ball, and his offensive line has been giving him that.
Now 2nd and 3. They run it with Pacheco from the gun.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And let's see, the box was 6 DB, so a dime set here on 3rd down. Looking to throw is Mahomes.
He's got his running back out of the backfield.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Defense was expecting run, and they're dealt a pass of over 15 yards.
And a first down, Chiefs.
Mahomes now on first down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. Now 2nd and 5. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead. And it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. Under pressure, and they got to him again. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. This is taken at the 18. A 46-yard punt, 4-yard return. And they will take over 1st and 10. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White. And I'm wondering if maybe they don't go away from him on this drive a little bit. He's been great, but they haven't scored a lot of points.
I think they still have to show him as a threat. Make sure he touches it a few times. But as you pointed out, use him as a decoy a little bit and get the ball in the hands of some other people in order to put more points on the board. But he's done a really nice job.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Trent McDuffie with a pick. And they're going to be set up in the red zone right around the 17-yard line. A tone setter on defense. They pick off the first pass. I had to look down, but yeah, no interceptions last week, so they made up for lost time.
Boy, did they ever. And when you pick off the first pass of the game, you talk about a tone setter, now you're a whole...
And in for the Chiefs touchdown. Travis Kelce from 17 yards out. And the Chiefs are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Extra point by Butker is on target. And a route is on here in this first half. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Well, the Bucs going to take over now late in this first half. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Trask. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. Boy, 30 more yards and another first down.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far, and never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
He didn't just deny a big throw there. He broke that one up in the red zone. An excellent play, one that may help save points on the board when this drive is over.
2nd and 10. Now Trask. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Setting to throw. Here's Trask. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
Sometimes it's just not your day. There's another failure right there on 3rd down.
And his kick here is good. And they're back within 3 scores as it's now a 22-point game. So the 3 points here, they're still down, but they put somewhat of a dent into that lead going into the break.
Anything helps when you're trying to chip away at a lead, but they do know that they're going to need a little bit better effort in the second half.
Coughlin back out there to kick it away. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The Chiefs going to go back on offense one final time in this first half. And with a 3-score lead already, this is not time for a momentum change, so I'd imagine they'd be happy to just take this into the locker room. He's going to leave this for his running back. It's complete. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
And he'll just keep 2 hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. 5 yards on first down, but now just a 1-yard pickup there on second. Once again, they'll keep it on the ground. And this will go as a short gain on what will be the final act of this first half. Well, we'll move right through the break then, skipping halftime and back to the field for the start of the second half. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth ready for quarter number 3. So after a very one-sided first half, what will the second half bring as we are back underway on EA Sports? And he returns. The Bucs offense set to begin this third quarter. And you have to think, Charles, down 3 scores already. They need to play an almost perfect second half to have a solid chance.
And that absolutely starts with finding some way to put together a touchdown drive here. They need to be smart, fast, efficient, get the ball into the end zone, and do it again multiple times in order to have a chance to win this game.
And the Chiefs are going to get him. Felix Anudike-Uzomah, the man to get home for the sack. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy.
Under pressure, they got him again. Chris Jones, he's the one that drops him this go-around, and that pass rush getting strong here. Back-to-back sacks.
Now that's the way to start the second half. Back-to-back sacks. Whatever the halftime speech was, I hope they recorded it.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They're looking for Godwin, but it's intercepted. Mike Edwards picks it off. And they'll have the ball set up in the red zone at the 16-yard line. So the ball changing hands on the interception, but meanwhile here we do have an injury on the play. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. So after the INT, here's Mahomes. And his throw here's incomplete.
And to put it mildly, this is a tough spot defensively. They have to come right back out and defend their red zone. But how about that good first step towards forcing them to settle for at least 3 points? I think they're also thinking bigger right now. Imagine being able to stop them totally and change the momentum.
Touchdown! Rashee Rice, a 16-yard touchdown. And the Chiefs are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by Butker is on target, and that'll push the lead up to 29 now. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Buccaneers getting ready to go as they take the field. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a first down. Back to throw. Waters. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. Now a 2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Waters. That's complete to his receiver, Godwin. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 14 yards that time for number 14. Well, the margin on that scoreboard, obviously for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving left sideline a dive, and it looks like he's got it. They go right back to him for 20 and a first.
I know you don't get anything extra for degree of difficulty, but maybe you should. He's done absolutely everything in this game today, including laying out for that one.
And this will be a gain of 6 when it's all said and done, down to the 15 from the 21.
You know what really fires up offensive linemen? When the guy that is carrying the ball behind them can create his own space and break a tackle along the way.
Here now, 2nd and 4. They stay on the ground with White. And he takes it inside the 10 to the 8 before he's out of bounds. 68 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Here's White. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
Now a give up the middle. This is White. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Rachaad White, his 11th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Bucs get a bit closer.
I wonder if he changed anything on his play sheet or they just executed better. Because they had 2 previous drives that ended in field goals. Before this one, they finally were able to put into the end zone.
Well, whatever he did, speaking of the offensive coordinator, might be using that formula going forward. It worked there.
It worked very well. He and his field general in pretty good sync right now. They're starting to move the ball well. I don't know about you, but I can't wait for a few years of 2-point tries and see what the data tells us, because a lot of teams want to throw the ball in this situation, this time unsuccessfully. I just wonder if maybe running the ball might be the way to go.
With it moved up from the 3 to the 2, you would think maybe a few more attempts at running.
I think stats over time may bear out that running the ball will at least be the equal of throwing it in that situation.
On 1st and 10, here's Mahomes. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Now Mahomes throwing on 2nd down. And that'll be incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Devin White defeating the offensive line and getting to the quarterback. Here's the Chiefs punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. Well, Rachaad White and the rest of this Tampa Bay offense going back to work now. He's had a good performance, moved the ball effectively on the ground. Of course, he has the 1 touchdown.
And when you're able to move it as effectively as you've described, That leads to finding a way into the end zone, and now he's just trying to do it for a second time. And, of course, with that comes additional yardage.
Yeah, looking for additional yardage, and again, that second score here in the third quarter. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
On first down, Waters.
The throw out wide going to be incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
The 2nd and 10 now as we roll along in the third quarter from Tampa.
Back to throw. Waters. And he fires one incomplete. Throwing the football, he's not as sharp as he was last week when he was over 70%. Right now, he's under 50%.
Well, that comes from extra game film, extra time. You know those guys watched him all week, saw how precise he was, and constructed a defense to try and chip away at that. And thus far, they've been successful.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
The 3 straight incompletions, they don't care. That hasn't dissuaded them. They're going to go for it on 4th. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Boy, a real head-scratcher there. And the Chiefs will have the football back in excellent field position. Throwing on first down is Mahomes.
That ball caught. It's Rice.
And in for the Chiefs touchdown.
Rashee Rice
With his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year.
And the Chiefs are an extra point away from going up by 30. Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. Offense heading back out, and with them comes Rachaad White.
We've seen him be good so far. He's hoping to continue that trend here in quarter number 3.
And typically when you see guys running it this well, they see the game in slow motion, don't they? They see the cuts happen, they see the blocks happen, they feel really good about their vision, and then they use their legs to find that open space.
And he's had some good help up front to boot.
Now 2nd and 9.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
Here's a quick pass. He's got Chris Godwin.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 8th catch for him now. He's been a big factor. And it's a first down. Off play action. Waters.
A quick throw there is incomplete.
At this point in the game and the situation they're in, partner, these incompletions that we're seeing, they need to turn into positive snaps, and soon.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now a give to White. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
To throw on 3rd down, Waters. And that is incomplete.
And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are... coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. And they're indeed going. Here's Trask. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. They've been burned twice already on 4th down, but the 3rd time's the charm as they keep the drive moving. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Play action now. Trask. That'll be taken in downfield by Godwin. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 of the 15. Give him 30 yards there. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. Trask now off the play fake. This will be caught just inside the 10. And all the way to the 2-yard line there before crossing over out of bounds. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
1st and goal at the 2-yard line.
And going back to the air with Trask. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Cade Otton. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. The extra point by McLaughlin is up and good. And that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. Following the touchdown, here's McLaughlin to kick off. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. The Chiefs offense about set to begin this drive. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the 3rd quarter. You're 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit. Wind it.
Back now in Tampa. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. Headed straight, it's Pacheco. Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Well, they can. Look at him. We will step aside for just a moment. The Chiefs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. They're looking at 3rd and a few inches. Again, it's Pacheco. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. That'll be a 41-yard punt, 4 yards there on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. So out come the Bucs now. Now, this game went off the rails early for them and never really got back on track. And these fans, they were expecting to be on the other side of the scoreboard. But that is not the case as we play on here in this 4th quarter. Trask. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 2nd and 5.
Now it's a bootleg with Trask. And he slings one that's incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense, they're just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
He's got his target. That's complete.
And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Off the play fake. Trask looking downfield for Godwin.
And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Again, it's Trask.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Nick Bolton.
And the return stops at the 39-yard line.
Another solid game-changing play for this defense with the interception. And at this point, though, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, you know, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Mahomes now to throw. Over the middle and complete to Moore. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City 1st down.
First down, Kansas City.
Mahomes going to throw. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelce. Touchdown! Travis Kelce with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Chiefs look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point by Butker is on target. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And he will make it to the 20-yard line and no further. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. Trask and the Bucs now going to come up 1st and 10 at the 20.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold. It's 2nd down. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
And now they're in the hurry-up.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will go out right near the 35-yard line. And the officials here going to pause the game for a second. Looks like there's an injured Chief on the field. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35. They'll try the right side here with White. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. 103 yards rushing for him so far as his terrific season continues here.
Man, these guys may not win this ball game, but you certainly can't fault the effort of this man here today. He's been a real thorn in their sides all afternoon. And that last carry puts him over the 100-yard mark.
And able to give one man the slip there as he works his way forward for about 3.
I'm wondering, partner, if they might need to sub him out for a play or two because after that long run he just had on the previous play, he might not have all of his breath back.
Yeah, and they went right back to that well. Different result. On play action, Trask. That's caught by Durham. They'll wind up getting just a yard out of it. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That sure looked like a nice call by the defense, and they're very cohesive in their coverage. As soon as he cut inside, they broke on the football and met him as the ball got there and forced the incompletion.
Trask down to his final gasp here on fourth down. Toward the pylon, caught. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Bucs try it on fourth down, but come up empty. And it'll be a turnover on downs. Well, that's the fourth time that they've tried to go for it on fourth down. They've only converted once, Charles.
And obviously not a good percentage. And if you're going to go for it on fourth down, you think that you've got the right play dialed up. You can't be stopped. Your momentum's going to keep going. But 1 for 4, that tells you that you need to look at things in a different way, and you need to tip your cap to the defense. They've done a great job.
A gain of 3, second down. Defensively, they know the situation. They stacked the line. Heck, that was a goal line set right there.
And it's the right play for them, exactly what they have to do. They want to take away every gap, every crack, and make sure no one can get through it. But here's the deal, though. You've worked on offense all year long about these types of defensive fronts. And if they can penetrate it at all, your runner has a chance to go a long way behind.
It could be a house call.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
Now a shot taken on third down, but it's going to wind up incomplete.
Partner, you and I have struggled with this for years. You've got the lead. Just take care of the football and burn some of that clock. But there's something to be said for not taking your foot off the gas as well, because you can never have too big of a cushion. That one, though, falls incomplete.
A 7-yard return following a punt of 45 yards. And this offense... Great shape right at the 50. 1st and 10. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Another throw on 2nd down, and this one incomplete as well.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
This offense so far on 3rd down, not getting the job done at all. A very poor 1 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Going for Evans, but that pass is intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chiefs will take over position. Up at the 44. Well, they've got the huge lead. Now they have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road and help seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
And he'll be taken down after a short gain as that takes us to the 2-minute warning. Whistles now in a timeout defensively. So a wise move as they'll use the first of their timeouts to force one more play before the 2-minute warning.
3rd and 9 here.
Now here's Mahomes.
They'll check this one down to Pacheco.
Here's the Chiefs punter now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. He'll field this at the 5. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. So out come the Bucs now.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Once again, they'll come up on the 26-yard line, 2nd and 10. Off the play fake. Waters. Throw right side, taken in by Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he is a get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
And he'll be tackled about 2 yards shy of the line to gain. A 1-yard pickup leads to 4th down. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that will force a turnover on downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Pacheco gets it up the gut.
A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the 2nd of their timeouts as it comes with 1:04 left to go in the game.
Pacheco gets it again on 2nd down.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
81 yards for him on the ground now on 18 carries.
Hate to be blunt, but it is just continuing to prove to be the case that this O-line is manhandling this D-line right now.
They deserve to roll up their sleeves and show up their biceps because they're doing exactly what you just described, manhandling the defensive front. They've got the leverage, they are powering through, and they're controlling this game.
So this one in the win column for Kansas City. And we talk so much about the turnover battle, determining who wins, who loses. This game, no exception. Air-free football, no turnovers at all, and they win it.
So this is one you don't have to convince your team that what you're saying is accurate. And you know what I'm talking about. Head coach always stands up in front of the team and says, guys, if we do this, this, and this, we'll win. And usually they say if we win the turnover battle, we'll win. Well, here's the proof right there. Win the turnover battle, go on to victory. Now the guys believe. You move on to the next lesson where you have to convince them. This one is now planted.
So for the Chiefs,
they get a much-needed victory to get to 3-5 on the year.
And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, they drop just their 2nd game so far as they fall to 5-2.
And they'll try for a better outcome next week as they head to D.C. to take on the Washington Commanders.
10.